My name is Richie and welcome to my kitchen. On today's menu, a classic, venison stew. Let's begin. We have our venison. We're going to salt and pepper it very liberally. And fresh ground black pepper. And we're going to take it, put it right into the colander. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to put a flour base on it. So we're going to use 3/4 cup of flour and about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. The cornstarch is going to contribute to that browning, that crust that we want. And then goes the venison. Give it a good shake. Okay, once that's coated, back into the colander. Thoroughly shake off the excess. We don't need that. Okay, we'll put that aside for the moment. And let's go to our Dutch oven. Now we rendered 4 strips of bacon. The bacon that you want to use for this is something that's smoked. You don't want maple cured or anything like that. It's just too overpowering. We've rendered this bacon, and I assure you will not go to waste. When this comes up to heat, we want to use the aromatics. In this case, it's 1 large onion, coarse chop, celery, very thinly sliced. We'll put that in there and give that a stir, and that'll pick up all that bacon flavor that we're looking for. Put the cover back on it, and we'll go over the other ingredients. 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can adjust that to your taste. 1/8 teaspoon of ground clove, 4 ginger snap cookies, a coarse grind to that, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. What the ginger snap cookies are going to add is a flavor that we look for in a dish like this, and it's also going to contribute to the roux that we want to make. That's the base of a good gravy. So we want to save all of this and put it in a big bowl. We'll come back to that in a minute. The next thing that we want to do is we want to brown our venison. And to do that, we want to use oil. Peanut oil works the best. It has a high smoke point, and combined with the bacon fat that's in there, that's going to give us a good crust. And don't crowd the pot. Julia Child was right when she said that. And have patience. You want it to get a good sear. Now that the rest of the venison has browned, we'll remove it, and then we have all this beautiful fond that's going to create the base of our gravy. And to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of butter, and we have 1 large shallot coarse chop. We're going to put that right in, and we're going to let that toast for a couple of minutes. And the aroma in this kitchen is just unbelievable. And it's going to get better because now we're going to incorporate into this mix our spices and the ground ginger cookie. And you can see how that is pulling up all of that wonderful flavor in there. You see how it toasts. Now at this point here, you would want to add a tomato product. And normally I would use tomato paste, but I found that ketchup works better because it's got that little shot of vinegar, the spices, the sugar, and whatever other voodoo that they put in there. And then there's 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard. That goes in, and we want to get that rich mahogany color that we spoke about. Take just a couple seconds. Don't rush this. It's got to cook just about another minute more. The next step, we're going to put in 1/4 cup of a good dry sherry. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to add a good beef broth, about 1.5 cups, and make sure it's up to heat because we don't want to slow the whole process down here. Okay, the next thing we want to add in there is your favorite hot sauce. Give it about 5 splashes of that. And the same with Worcestershire sauce. You want to get about 5 splashes. Now another main ingredient that we want to concentrate on over here is currant jelly. It's going to give the sweetness that we strive, a sweet and sour kind of thing. So we're going to add that currant jelly, about 2 tablespoons of currant jelly. And the mother load over here, 1 whole bulb of roasted garlic. In a dish like this, you want to use a russet or an Idaho potato because it's got the starch content that you want. A red skinned potato, it won't hold up to that low, slow cooking. So we're almost up to heat here, and in go the veggies and everything else. We're going to put the cover on it, and it's going to braise in the oven, 275 degree oven, hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. And we'll be back. Oh yeah. Okay, what we're going to add now are peas. You could use fresh peas, but you really don't know how long the shelf life has been. The frozen ones are the best way to go. They're flash frozen a couple hours after they're picked, and I prefer this. So the peas go in, and the next thing we're going to do is flat leaf parsley. I like these kitchen shears. And the final thing that we're going to do here is we're going to put our dumplings in. And you get a box of Bisquick. Been around for years, tried and true. One of the few things I buy off the shelf that I really could trust. Follow the instructions on it for drop biscuits, and with your impeccably clean fingers, just spoon it on like this. You don't need too much finesse. Alright, this will go back in the oven for another 25-30 minutes. Welcome back. As you can see, the hunters and gatherers have arrived. And here we go with our stew. The dumplings came up just right. And to accompany our venison stew, we have wild turkey with sherry, butter, and lemon. The king of meats over here, the backstrap, rare, and venison sausage with broccoli rabe, Monterey Jack, roasted garlic, and a broccoli rabe polenta. Right on.
What's in this sausage bread? Venison?
You don't even need teeth.
So from field to fork, cook it rustic and wild, or cook it exotic and wild. Bon appetit.
Out of sight, but not out of mind.